Ever since Ross Perot came in and kind of shook things up in the late 80s or early 90s. Anyways, he came out as an independent running for president, and he got a lot of people thinking about not voting for the two quote-unquote major parties. And ever since he came in and kind of ruffled some feathers, they rewrote the rules for the presidential elections. And that's why we don't see third-party candidates up on the stage at all. We don't see anybody from the Green Party, the Libertarian Party, the Constitutionalist Party. None of this stuff. It's completely insane and very, very fucked up that we have more than two options for presidential candidates, but we don't get to hear from any of them, and they're not welcome into the conversation when it comes to debating on television. There's so many things that are corrupt and fucked up with our political system here, and I think that is one of the giant ones. A lot of other countries have multiple parties to pick from. Here, we're sold the illusion that we only have two choices. And that's all it is. It's an illusion. You have the illusion of choice between these two parties that are essentially two heads of the same snake. Both parties are the party of war. Both parties are interested in expanding government. Both parties are not interested in maximizing your freedom. Both parties are in bed with banks and corporations. So, they really only differ on social issues. And that's why a lot of people, when they're talking about Havoc, especially in interviews and stuff, I get asked, about Havoc being a political band. I tend to think that we're not really a political band. We're anti-political. I'm not telling you which way to vote. Vote for one way or the other. To me, that's what a political band would do. We kind of put the whole system on blast and just trash the whole thing because it's all fucked up and corrupt and bullshit. I'm not trying to get anybody's mind changed to vote for one side of the aisle or the other. I want people to wake up and realize that both parties are fucked up. And what we need is a complete overhaul of the system as it stands, because we keep getting proven time and time again that the way it is does not work. It's not good for freedom. It's not good for the general populace. It's good for big corporations, lifelong politicians, people that own stocks in private prisons, the war machine, and the people that make machines for war. Neither of these supposed two major parties give a shit about people. They're only interested in their own power and expanding it wherever possible. Yes, that is a line that I bit basically from George Carlin, but he's completely right. The guy was super funny, super smart, and basically a stand-up philosopher. I learned a lot from that guy. George Carlin basically raised me in my adolescent years. When I was a young teenager, I started reading all of Carlin's books and watching his specials and stuff. I got way into that guy, and so much of how I view the world and the reason I think so many fucked up things are funny is because I'm a huge George Carlin fan. That guy opened my eyes to a lot of crazy things in the world that we live in. Made me realize that there's corruption everywhere you look, and there's a lot of people that are only interested in fucking things up, not making things better. And that guy had a magical power to make us all laugh while he was making points like that. I think if there was a Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedians, he would definitely have to be on there. Almost any stand-up comedian that you like probably looks up to George Carlin. Dude was an amazing speaker and had a really brilliant abstract mind. He wasn't thinking like normal people, and I really admire that guy. Carlin had a really great bit called The American Dream. And if you're ever bored, go look up some George Carlin clips. But that American Dream one is great. At the end of it, he says, it's called The American Dream because you'd have to be asleep to believe it. Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking this out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. If you want to support the podcast, you can always go to riffsordie.com and pick up some merch. You can also go to patreon.com/riffsordie and subscribe to become a patron. Feel free to shoot me an email at podcast@riffsordie.com. All questions and comments are welcome. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, everybody.